Hey, crypto family. Hope y'all are doing good today. So today we're gonna have a good show. We're gonna talk about the recent dump that happened, followed by the bounce back and what altcoins been doing really well. Then we're gonna talk about Raydium's first AcceleRaytor project, and then we're gonna cover some BTC, ETH, and Sol technical analysis. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So we had a nasty dump the other day. Some altcoins have bounced back. Specifically, some good ones have been Dogecoin, Binance Coin, and actually Solana has been doing pretty well. This was actually the top performer, followed by Neo as well. So we're going to go ahead and cover those in a second. But first, let's go ahead and cover Raydium's first announcement. So they announced today that Media Foundation will be Raydium's first AcceleRaytor project launching April 29th. It says Media Network is a privacy-first CDN allowing decentralized peer-to-peer content delivery. Now, this is something I am super excited about, and actually SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, actually retweeted that he's excited for this project as well, the CEO of FTX. So that tells you this is going to be really big. And first of all, I want to say Media Network. I went to their website. I've looked over it. It is insane what they're doing right now. You can think of YouTube but decentralized. As you know, a lot of people have been complaining that YouTube censors too much stuff and maybe they take stuff down. And with this, again, media is the biggest thing that is centralized right now that we want to have decentralized. So you can see here, it says Media Network is a privacy-first and community-governed CDN. Scale your infrastructure within seconds. Then they have all these different things about basically have peer-to-peer browser functionality, and you can actually design to secure the network through consensus proposing media rewards and removing malicious peers. There's also things for having an open source software for web serving, reverse proxying, caching, load balancing, media streaming, and more. And then actually, this is a big one too, earn media while sharing bandwidth with other peers. So that's insane. You can earn these media tokens by just sharing that bandwidth and just, again, making the whole network decentralized and helping one another out. And you can see more as you scroll down. Basically, you can start streaming. It says Media Server Express is a hosted instance of Media Server, an open source multi-protocol live streaming software. So this is insane. Again, this is going to be very, very big. And again, I mentioned SBF actually retweeted it. Here, I'll show you about it. And if we scroll down, he says super excited for this. That was 7 hours ago, and he retweeted Raydium's announcement. So again, huge news here, and I'm very excited for this. For Raydium's AcceleRaytor projects, again, you will have to stake 20 Raydium into their platform, Raydium.io. So go ahead and look at my videos. I actually cover where you can do that and how to do that. So you can just search Raydium staking or earning APR. I have a couple videos on that, and I go over that. But next, let's go ahead and cover Solana first for the technical analysis. So I mentioned it did the best out of all the altcoins, besides Dogecoin. So you can see Solana here. It actually went up over 56% from that drop that we had to where it's at right now, which is insane. And I think the big reason is, again, because FTX did so well in handling that dump. They didn't have any server issues, liquidity issues. Any issues they did have, they refunded the customers USD. So again, they handled it very well, where a lot of exchanges had problems with the stress test. So this is something, a test to FTX and the whole team there, as well as, DeFi is still very well in the forefront. Solana is actually going to launch some of their first IDOs on SolStarter platform. So that's big, that's coming up. So I think Solana is very bullish, and a lot of people are very bullish on it. Now, doing some TA here. So I have a lot of trend lines drawn on the 4 hour here. Now you can see that for these trend lines, basically I have where it's bounced and the horizontal resistance, support and resistance. So you can see here this trend line it bounced from April 9th to right now, and right now it's sitting currently at 32.25. Now with that, right now I'm looking for us to again possibly retest this trend line support and then possibly go to this horizontal support. Now that's why I drew this little bubble here for this area. So possibly some good buy levels is going to be about 30.50 all the way down to 28.80. So that's be some good buy levels here. And if it continues to dump down, then again, potentially bouncing from this trend line support. These actually two trend line supports here, very strong at 26.80 all the way down to the support of $25. So between there would be some good buy levels as well. And if we fall further, then again, looking at this horizontal support of 22.50. So some good support levels here for buying, but again, not financial advice on that. But right now RSI is curving to the downside. MACD looks like it wants to curve to the downside a little bit, and then the MFI Pro is curving to the downside as well as the VP extractor. So again, starting to see some a little bit bearish action here on Solana, so we'll see if it bounces off these support levels. If not, then you have some good buy levels as well for your limit orders. Now, next, going over Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, you can see here I drew some trend lines as well, and you can see we kind of have a double bottom here on the 4 hour. So if this does play out, then looking for us to break over this trend line resistance and retest this resistance at $60,000. Now, you can see right now it is up against current resistance and this trend line resistance, so not looking too good for it to complete this double bottom. But we do have the MACD starting to curve to the upside, so that'll create a lot of momentum if we push through this here. But the RSI is still curving down, and the MFI Pro is looking like it's curving down as well. So hopefully we can get some bullish action up here, but again, we'll need to break this resistance here at about 56,500 if we want to push more to the upside, nearing that $60,000 level. But if we can't break it, then again, some good buy levels could be around here where it did bounce. So potentially setting some orders around 53,800, and then finally at this support of 51,700. So next, going over Ethereum. So Ethereum's another one. It's been consolidating a little bit, still bounced back pretty well, but again, trying to hold this level as it's at now. Some trend line resistance areas right now looking for. So the near term, looking for that 2340 level. If we can get up there, that would be really well. But right now, it looks like it's kind of stalling where it's at. Now, if we draw, we can see a trend line here. I'll go ahead and draw that. So again, we do have this trend line. It's more apparent on the 1 hour actually. So I'll go ahead and go to the 1 hour so you can actually see that. So right here, I'll make this a different color so you can determine it out from all the purple lines I have here. But you can see right now that we are at this resistance of this trend line. Again, if we don't break this, then definitely continues to the downside, and right there to the support level of 2110, and possibly see that descending triangle there. We could keep falling further down all the way to this previous support that it had at 1950. So possibly setting some buy orders here at that 1950 level. But if it does break this, then looking for, again, this resistance at about 2350, and then breaking that, going to the next resistance of 2480, and then again breaking that 2540 all-time high, and then going up to the races from there. So right now in the 1 hour, MACD starting to curve back to the downside. It has crossed over, but RSI is curving down, but MFI Pro is curving up. And then, so again, you have a lot of vice versa, a lot of indicators saying bullish, and then a lot of indicators being bearish. And then the 4 hour for Ethereum right now, MACD still under, so looking for that to cross over, but MFI Pro is crossing over, RSI is leveling out. So hopefully we can get that push that we need, because if we do break over this trend line here, then it will be very bullish for us, and I can definitely see us retesting this 2350 level. So with that, if y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any questions about how to use Raydium, how to stake on it and everything. So, or if you have any questions about my technical analysis or any indicators that I've used here, go ahead and ask them down below, and I'll be happy to answer. So with that, till next time, thanks for watching.